Every woman needs a place where she can drop the titles, forget the to-do list, and simply be herself. And for me, that place has always been a girls' weekend. And it's not about the wine, the pajamas, the yoga pants, or the beach house. Although those things, my friends, don't hurt at all. But it's about remembering who you are when you're surrounded by women who love you for you. And a girls' weekend, honestly, it's not a luxury at all. It's a lifeline. So for you who are listening today and haven't been in a girls' weekend, listen closely, my friend, because this episode is for you. I have been incredibly lucky that in the last month, I've had the opportunity to go on 2 girl weekends. And this particular girls weekend is in Cape Cod, and it's 10 of us. I have to say, it has been something that I've been looking forward to for a year. We started this tradition last year with my friend Dawn, who organized a trip to Nashville. And we had a blast in Nashville. It was very fun to dress up and go out and dance and hang out and have nice dinners, go for a tour of Nashville. But at the end of the day, this trip at the beach has been, for most of us, really godsend. And here are some of the reasons why a girls' weekend is a must and has to be a priority for you. Number one, the first reason why a girls' weekend is amazing and important is because is connection beyond the hustle. You know, life pulses in 100 million directions between work, our families, businesses, caregiving. And I know that for me, running a business, being a wife, taking care of my mom, also being there for my sisters, my nieces and nephews, it's something that is, well, not something I'm going to walk away from. But again, at times I feel disconnected. I feel that I am in this rat race for as much as I want to build intentional margin into my life. You know, life pulses in 100 million directions, like I said. And a girls' weekend, it's really about hitting pause. It's about reconnecting with people who really get you. And I have to say, you know, when we planned this weekend, some of us knew each other, but there's a couple of us who didn't know everybody. And really, what has been really great is that because we friends invited other friends from other friend circles, we ended up coming together with women who get us, who know it, who are similar to who we are. And that definitely not only created deeper relationships and friendships with our existing friends, but now gave us additional friends. And these friendships are lifelines, and they remind us of who we are outside of the roles that we have as the wives, the sisters, the caretakers, the worker bee, the leaders in the community, the friends, right? Or the parents. Because many of us really wear these hats and we wear these roles as our badge of honor. But we need to remember really the person that is wearing the role. Who are you? What are you doing? What do you like to do outside of the things that are put in your agenda by the roles that you have? You know, the other reason why a girls' weekend is incredibly important is because it's an opportunity for the emotional recharge. Most of us, because of we're carrying all of these roles, we are going to deplete our energy. And a lot of times carry so many different things in our brain that we have to do, we need to get to, we have to give and pour. But often this invisible load of scheduling, of worrying, of planning for everybody else is really going to be the thing that keeps your processes like in your computer running. And if you're not plugged in, you're going to find that your battery is going to be depleted. And this is where the irritability, this is where the overall snappiness, because when my battery, excuse me, is depleted, I find that I'm going to be irritable, or I'm going to be tired and not have the energy to do even the things that I know are important for myself. A weekend away is like plugging back into your power source, not only with yourself, but with really the thing that matters, the greater thing, whether it be God, source, the universe, whatever it is, it really gives you that space to be able to get plugged in. When we are plugged in and when we are away, right? And this emotional recharge also is going to come from the laughter, perhaps venting, or the heart to heart that actually reduce stress and boost our resilience. For many of us, also, as we're laughing, you're going to see that you are releasing some endorphins that sometimes we forget how good it feels to be able to just have that, belly laugh that makes you cry. And I have to tell you, yesterday on the beach, boy, did we have a lot of that. And I was reminded that a lot of times we may smile, we may chuckle, but that deep, deep, deep laughter that comes from your belly, that is just pure joy, is something that we all really, really need. Now, the third reason why you want to come on a girls' weekend is because you're going to find that you are connected again to your identity and perhaps some self-discovery. Sometimes we forget who we are beyond the responsibilities, beyond the titles. Time with friends often remind us that we have been carefree, that we could be playful, that we can have fun. And for most of us that carry the many roles and are doing a lot of different things, we are so hard on ourselves. I know that for me, sometimes I get into business mode or I get into to-do mode and I forget, Julie, lay off, back off, have fun, relax. And carefree, we think, oh, remember when I used to be 18? I was so carefree. We don't have to wish we could go back. We can do it today. We can figure out what are the ways in which we can be carefree and be okay with things not being perfect. Be okay with not always doing something. This is the reason I created my little Zen den. And at times I have to remind myself, Julie, go sit out in the Zen den. Forget the scrolling, forget the writing, but take the time to just sit. Now, time with friends will always also create a space to remember that you're not just what you do. You're also who you are. Now, the fourth reason why you want to go on a girls' weekend is because of the health benefits. And by the way, my friend, science will back this up. Studies show that strong female friendships improve our longevity and our mental health. There's also another study that says that people who are lonely tend to die sooner. So giddy up, get your girlfriends together, even if it's just for an afternoon. Bonding is going to lower your stress hormones and will also strengthen your immune system. I think that for so many of us, we think, I don't have time for that. But we also make time when we're sick. What better way to be preventative than to, go and get some girlfriends so that you can boost that immune system through the release of the endorphins when you're laughing or just the time away to unplug. Joy is medicine and Girls Weekend is the prescription. So that leads me to number 5, inspiration and growth. Conversations with our friends. And over the course of this weekend, I've either had conversations or as I sat quietly, listened on to other girlfriends really have this deep interactions. And when we are with our girlfriends, we can spark new ideas and we can encourage each other. We carry that weight of the world and we think we are the only person who is going through something, or perhaps we need a new perspective on something. We need that new perspective that can say, okay, I'm not alone. And we need to hear, right, that someone has been through it, or that we're not crazy for that matter. Now, that peer to peer coaching happens naturally. Many of us, and I will always tell you that coaches and everyone needs a coach, but at times you need a girlfriend to just give you the pep talk, to do the thing that really happens in that magic moment when you are feeling seen, when you are feeling heard by somebody else. And when you are in these connections and you're having these conversations, you're going to come back with a fresh perspective and maybe even a renewed sense of purpose. Now, number 6, modeling what matters. For daughters, nieces, younger women, we show them that making times for friendships is part of the confident, full life. I never saw my mom go away with her girlfriends. And I saw someone that I was always overtired, overdoing it. And then when she overdid it and did all the things, she would just sit in front of the television to veg out, to disconnect, and to recharge. But that wasn't really recharging it. That was more of a buffering of the world, right? You're buffering from what's really going on around, and you never were creating a healing process. And if we begin to model for our girls that are coming after us, whether it be our daughters or nieces or just our friends that we know from community, they're going to see that it's okay to take time away, that it's okay to include this to be a part of a fulfilled life. And it's not about being indulgent, it's intentional living. It's intentional living in which we decide, we create, we understand that life needs that margin and that we can say yes to this type of thing and no to the overwhelm, to the things that bring us down. Because when we are overwhelmed, we are not going to show up in the best possible way for other people. And last, of course, my friends, I want you to think about that one of the best reasons that you need a girls' weekend is because there's going to be joy, fun, and most of all, memory making. We have made so many good memories this weekend. We have been on the lookout for seals. And can I tell you, we saw 3 sightings, not of seals, of ducks. But we all thought they were seals. And we laughed so hard when we realized that these were ducks. There's also the times, right, that we played games. And as we were teaching a couple of the girls that didn't know how to do beer pong, we found ourselves laughing so hard, or cooking together and enjoying a meal. All of these memories is something that you can carry, especially for those times in which you feel alone, in which you feel unseen, or you feel sort of lost in the crowd of the world. Fun is not optional at a girls' weekend. It is needed, and it's the fuel. The share experiences also that we share when we're away, whether it be the sunsets or the sunrises, or for the inside jokes that you're going to leave with, the spontaneous dance parties, they become the glue that is going to hold not only you, but your friendships together and will keep these friendships strong over the decades. One of my friends who I'm here with is my friend Melissa. We figured out yesterday that we've known each other for 32 years. And I can tell you, these little connection moments, the weekends in which we've gone away and had girlfriend time, are the ones that really bind us. So my friend, if a girl weekend isn't in your to-do list or in your, future plans, I want to encourage you to make it happen. It doesn't have to be that you have 10 girls or 15. It could be that you do 3 or 2. But a girls' weekend is not selfish. It's an investment in your well-being. It's going to be an investment in the friendships that you currently have. It's like watering these plants that you want to grow and thrive. And if the woman you're becoming is not prioritizing this, then you're going to find that you feel, well, a little lost and alone. And when you return from a girls' weekend, you're going to bring back a lighter, stronger, more inspired version of yourself. Everyone in your life will benefit from that. So, do you want me to let you know when our next girls' weekend is? Because if you don't want to plan it or you don't know where to go, my door is always open for you to hop along with us and come join us. And by the way, for that matter, come to the CEO retreat, because even though my CEO retreat is about planning in our business and fighting the overwhelm and creating that strategic roadmap for our business, we're also making the time to recalibrate, to connect, to spend time with women so that we can find the strength and we can find the joy and, of course, the connections that carries us when we need them most. So, my friend, if you're listening to this, I want to encourage you. Do it. And if you've gone on a girls' weekend, tell me all about it. Find me on Instagram and go let me know what was your favorite place for a girls' weekend and what was the one thing that you loved the most about being away. And until next time, my friend, don't forget, go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Hi, everybody. I know that sometimes we get very lonely in this entrepreneur journey, and I want to invite you to join us into our limited time only Purposeful You Mastermind. For many of us entrepreneurs, we believe that we can do it all. But the reality is that doing it alone only creates a lot of overwhelm. So join us at the Purposeful You Mastermind. You can find out more information by going to bit.ly/Julie's Mastermind. This is going to be the place where you are able to then unlock your full potential and achieve long-term success for your business. Push you behind your current limits, expand your connections, discover new ideas, and implement them with confidence. You're going to get the support in all aspects and transforming you to the six-figure business you've been looking for. Pause and get off the hamster wheel if you've been spinning around. This is a time where you can get that support from like-minded entrepreneurs that are here to join you in your journey. Together, we can challenge the assumptions and land the speaking engagements and opportunities we want to grow our business and make an impact in the lives of people. See you then. Remember, you can find the mastermind at bit.ly, Julie's Mastermind.